Alright, so here we go. I'm going to do on the individual round a 1 through 5 and then 6 through 10. And tomorrow I'll post the team round. So what number should be written in the box to make a true statement? Well, again, we're looking for connections. So what's the connection between 24 and 12? Well, it's half. Well, that means, well, 12 is half of 24. So in other words, we multiplied 12 by 2. Well, for us to fill in the blocks and get the same equivalent answer, we need to divide that by 2, so we get 22. Megan and John have a total of 72 peanuts. After John gives Megan 11 of his peanuts, each person has the same number of peanuts. How many peanuts did Megan have before she received those 11 peanuts? So we know that Megan and John have a total of 72. So then we also know that when John gives 11 of his peanuts away, so that means he's lost 11 peanuts, then Megan plus those 11 peanuts will be equal to John. And we want to know how many peanuts did Megan have. So if I take, what's the opposite of subtracting 11? Adding 11. So I get John is equal to Megan plus 22 peanuts. Well, if John is equal to Megan plus 22 peanuts, that means I can put Megan plus 22 peanuts here. So I know that Megan plus 22, again, that is equal to John, is equal to 72. Minus 22 minus 22. And I get 2m is equal to 50 divided by 2, because what's the opposite of multiplying m by 2? Dividing by 2. 50 divided by 2 is 25. So Megan has 25 peanuts. So I'm sorry if that's only using equations. That's what I would do. Moving on. Number 13. In the multiplication to the right, a and b represent two different digits. 3ab represents a 3-digit number, not 3 times a times b. What 2-digit number is represented by ab? So I know that I have a blank, blank times blank, and I get 3 blank blank. And I notice, just going to move this over, that b times b is b. And there are only really two possible combinations, because 5 times 5 is 25. That would get me my 5 here. I know 6 times 6 was 36. That gets me my 6 there. So it's either 5 and 6. And I know that it can't be 0 or 1, because obviously it can't be 0. Because then the whole thing would be 0. And it can't be 1, because I can't get a number in the 300s if b is 1. So I know this is either 5 or 6. So at this point, I'm going to really be stuck with guessing and checking. So I'm going to go ahead and say 5 and 5, because that seems the most likely. If it doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out. So 5 times 5 is 25, so that means I'd have to carry the 2. And 2 plus the product of these two numbers equals this b number, right? Or this a number, right? So, and I know that this product is going to have to be in the 300s. So the smallest number it could be is 6, because 6 times 5 is 30, so that gets me into the 300s. So let's see if it works. 5 times 6 is 30 plus 2 is, but these don't match now. So I know it can't be. So I know it can't be 6 because it didn't work out. So how about 7? 5 times 7 is 35 plus 2 is 7. That's encouraging. So then this works out, because these match and these match. So I know that my AB is going to be 75. If that didn't work, then I'd have to check 6 and see if I could make it to work with 6. All right. 4. 5, 10, 15, and 20 are consecutive multiples of 5 because they follow in order. The average of 7 different consecutive multiples of another whole number, not 5, is 28. So I know I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 numbers, and I know that this is 28 because that's the average. And since they are consecutive multiples, I know that the median is going to be the average. This is the median. This is going to be, so I know it's 28. But I don't know what the multiple is, so I can't fill in the table. So I need to read more, or fill in my blanks. The average of the first and the third of these multiples is 20. Well, that means this. So the first and the third is 20. So that has to go here. Well, let's fill in the blanks from there. Well, if we have 2 blanks and we go up by 8, that means this must be 24. I don't care what that number is because I want to know what the largest, greatest of the 7 multiples is. So 32, 36, 40. Not too bad. All right, 5. The tower of identical cubes topped onto one another. Not all the cubes can be seen. The top 4 layers contain a total of 30 cubes. Suppose that the tower is extended downwards to a 5th and 6th layer. How many cubes are on the 6th layer? Well, on the top layer, it's always instructive to make a table. So on the first layer, we have 1 cube. On the second layer, we have 4. Third layer, we have 9. Fourth layer, we have 16. Oh. Well, what's the connection between this number and this number? 2 and 4, 3 and 9, 4 and 16. Well, just multiplying 4 times 4 to get 16, 3 times 3 to get 9, 2 times 2 to get 4, 1 times 1 to get 1. So on the 6th layer, we're going to have a grand total of 36. These are all square numbers. All right. So I will do another video for the next 5.